Freedom of speech is a sword that I am willing to die for. Cancel culture is destroying us. And you know what? I will never ever be silenced. Woke culture is taking us down. It will not take me down.
Meghan Markle ghosted me. She ghosted me. I put her in a cab. She ghosted me. Meghan Markle ghosted me.
Today, we shall be talking about the obsession and the fixation that Piers Morgan has for Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. And I hope you've watched the first video, the beginning of this video. And I just wanted to show you that right now, it has moved from Meghan did not call me back to Meghan had a crush on me. These are stages of toxic masculinity displayed by Piers Morgan. And it's a new level of derangement and narcissism that we've seen from Piers Morgan, without a shadow of a doubt. Hello, my name is Brian, and welcome back to Sussex Squad Family TV on YouTube. And welcome to this podcast, A Penny for Sussex Thoughts, which will feature our thoughts of what is currently happening on a daily basis. And today, we feature Piers Morgan. Now, I'll take you back years ago to explain this person's obsession with members of the royal family. So it first began with Princess Diana. And I'll take you back to a report by Byline Times before I come to talk about his current obsession with Meghan. People obsessed with women have a pattern. If you've watched movies like You or series, they have a pattern. They don't do it once. They keep on doing it every single time. It's a level of narcissism displayed by this type of characters and these types of people, like, for instance, Piers Morgan. Now, in Byline Times, this is what was said. In a court action against Mirror Group newspapers, the former British Army cavalry officer called Major James Hewitt claims Piers Morgan had developed a particular obsession. I repeat, a particular obsession. I want you to understand, and I want you to pay very, very close attention. By the end of this podcast, there are so many things that you'll be able to understand. And I'll repeat it. Piers Morgan had developed a particular obsession, keyword obsession, and vindictiveness towards him, and did so because of his relationship with the late Princess of Wales. I want you to understand and grasp a pattern. I want you to understand, because I want to take you through this so you understand his current obsession with Meghan. Now, you've seen this in movies, but this time it's a reality. For instance, in new series, the character Joe goes after women, and he does it multiple times. He develops an obsession and a fixation towards those women. And when he develops that fixation, even for a while, he becomes hooked. And we are at that level with Piers Morgan. He has become hooked on the Duchess of Sussex. And his behavior is being supported by members of the UK royal family. He's someone who stalks women. He's someone who harasses women. That's his job. He's a bully. That's his job. That's what he does for a living. And that's why Rupert Murdoch hired him. He hired the biggest bully in the UK, Piers Morgan, to go after Meghan. Don't forget the fact that Rupert Murdoch, Prince Harry, has refused to settle his claim for hacking. He has refused. And the only way to get at Prince Harry is by going after Meghan, his dearly beloved wife. And that's one of the reasons why he has been hired. Now, we go back to this situation where Piers Morgan has developed his fixation on Princess Diana when she was in a relationship with Major James Hewitt. Now, Piers Morgan has openly said that he's a royalist. He's openly said that he's a royalist. He loves members of the royal family. He loves the royal family. But what truly does he love about the royal family? What is this that Piers Morgan loves so much about the royal family? I'll tell you that in a moment. It's the women. He loves the women who marry into the royal family, the likes of Princess Diana, who have been cast out by the monarchy. The likes of Meghan, who have been cast out by the monarchy. They are the women he wants. I feel like in his life, what he thinks about, his obsession, is just for a princess, someone who was crowned a princess of the UK, to just look at him. Just look at me. Look at me. I'm Piers Morgan. Look at me. That's his personal feelings. A level of narcissism and a level of self-importance that he displays in himself. And the establishment endorses these kinds of behavior. Even Piers Morgan himself said members of the UK royal family have congratulated him on this public harassment of Meghan, that is of Sussex, and Prince Harry, especially for Meghan. That's what's been said. Now, this fundamental court case that happened a while back, it was said that Piers Morgan had developed a fixation over Major James Hewitt's relationship with Princess Diana. He had developed a form of vindictiveness. But why? Why make it so personal? Why make your obsession with Princess Diana or Meghan so deeply personal? I'll tell you why. Because Piers Morgan wants them. She wants them. He wants a relationship with a princess. If there's something that he just wants, he's the type of person who, when he grew up, he dreamt about being with a princess. And the fact that, one, Princess Diana lost her life, she's no longer here, and now Meghan is the one that's here. Now, after developing a fixation on Princess Diana, someone he could not have and he could never ever have, the obsession has now turned to Meghan. That's the obsession now. To the point that now his mind is telling him that Meghan had a crush on me. A woman I allegedly met once has a crush on me. A woman who never called me back had a crush on me. That's what he's saying. And remember, at the time, Piers Morgan was a married man. At the time, he actually claimed that he met Meghan. Not to mention, did he really meet Meghan in the pub that he says he met Meghan? Really? Is that real? Is that true? Because at that same time, Meghan was actually promoting Suits at the time. So, how is it that Piers Morgan has taken pictures with so many celebrities around? He's even taken pictures with Ghislaine Maxwell, charged with grooming women and sex trafficking for Jeffrey Epstein. He has a relationship with those types of people. And Why am I mentioning this today? Because I remember the time when Meghan, before the Oprah interview, the royal family came up with stories to smear Meghan. And one of the stories that they came up with is Meghan had worn an earring gifted by the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman. That's what they came up with to smear Meghan. Because they have nothing. And in addition to that, they also the bullying allegations, the false bullying allegations towards Meghan. And they used that to attack Meghan. The fact that she was given by the crown those jewelry. Meghan does not own those jewelry that she wore for those trips. Meghan did not own a single one of them. And the UK tabloids, they know. They are fully aware that Meghan never owned a single one of them. But they used that to smear her because she wore them, a gift given by the crown whenever you're undertaking public engagements. Not to mention, they never talked about Prince Charles going on $1 billion worth of arms sales, doing billions of dollars worth of arms sales to Saudi Arabia. Never, ever, ever talked about that. But they chose to target Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. So, whenever I post pictures of Piers Morgan with Ghislaine Maxwell, it tells you what type of person Piers Morgan is. Because if he went after Meghan for that, wearing an earring allegedly belonging to, gifted by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, don't forget one thing. The crown is the owner of those earrings. So why not go after the queen who owns those earrings? Why go after the woman loaned the earring to wear by members of the crown, the firm? And that's why I'm saying, when we go after Piers Morgan, we have to talk about his relationship with Ghislaine Maxwell. You know, I fear for that little girl who they took a picture next to alongside Ghislaine Maxwell. Those are the type of people that must be protected from the likes of Piers Morgan, Ghislaine Maxwell, and Jeffrey Epstein. And let's go back to this court case of Piers Morgan's obsession with Princess Diana. Now, obsessed Piers Morgan illegally targeted Princess Diana and her friend James Hewitt, claims High Court papers. And this is what it says. Vindictive. He was vindictive. It's like he developed some sort of anger that Princess Diana was in a relationship with James Hewitt. Fast forward 20 years later, Piers Morgan has developed a fixation for another woman who has been cast out by the royal family. I personally believe that Piers Morgan wants to be with the princess. He dreams about living out a fairy tale of his own, of being with the princess, of just spending time with the princess, of a princess looking at him and developing feelings for him. That's his lifelong dream. That's why he loves the monarchy so much. He dreams of having his own fairy tale. But look at Princess Diana. She's gone now. And now, the latest woman to be cast out by the monarchy, Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, for being mixed race, is currently being targeted by Piers Morgan once again. Now, the Mirror chiefs in this story paid private investigators to stalk him, legal statements claim. And once again, remember that Piers Morgan was editor at the Mirror and was fired for publishing hoax pictures of UK soldiers, saying that they were torturing people in Iraq. And now, look at this. Mirror chiefs paid private investigators to stalk him. And now, Piers Morgan is stalking Meghan. Now, however, the Mirror's legal team deny illegal activity. The lawyers say the Morgan allegations are embarrassingly vague. Journalistic targeting of Hewitt was a legitimate interest to the public. It's the same story. They wrote a letter belonging to Meghan. They published a letter belonging to Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, illegally and claimed it was in the public interest. And the judge of the court case, both Justice Wabi in the High Court and the Court of Appeal judges, every single one of them said, no, this case is not in the public interest. Meghan's publishing Meghan's private letter containing private and intimate thoughts was not in the public interest. This is the same argument UK tabloids use every single time. Now, the paper admits accessing private information but claims messages were entirely trivial. Now, damning court papers have laid bare allegations about the lengths tabloid editors went to in their relentless pursuit of Diana, Princess of Wales, a woman who was stripped of all her titles after divorce from Prince Charles. So when they tell you, oh, Meghan and Harry have the titles, we still have to continue talking about them because of those titles that they have, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. I've said this before and I've said this again, and I will say it again. Princess Diana lost her titles, and now look at this. The relentless pursuit of Diana, Princess of Wales, by UK tabloids was laid bare in this court case. I want you to stay with me. Stay with me, please. You'll understand everything. Now, nearly a quarter of a century after her death, their quest to dissect her life continues unabated and has spread to other parts of the media, including TV, as revealed by the recent Martin Bashir scandal. However, High Court papers filed by her former lover James Hewitt have raised questions about the role of former Mirror editor Piers Morgan in Diana's exploitation in the public eye. Diana's exploitation in the public eye. And now recently, just yesterday, Piers Morgan, once again, he's been hired by Rupert Murdoch, unsurprisingly. Birds of the same feather, they flock together. And once again, the first comment on the opinion piece article that he wrote, guess who he featured? His obsession with Meghan. Again, continuing to exploit Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. The exploitation does not end. It just keeps on continuing in. You need to see this pattern. I want you to understand this pattern. Now, last week, a few months ago, the controversial Daily Mail columnist slammed discredited BBC journalist Bashir for lying to get his infamous television chat with the People's Princess. So Piers Morgan tweeted this and said, tonight's panorama was shocking, but mainly because it's taken the BBC 25 years to finally tell the truth about the Bashir-Diana scandal. They have blood on their hands because that interview propelled Diana on a path to her death. A shocking criminal abuse of public money. And now look at what he's doing to Meghan right now. Look at what he's doing to her. Look at what Piers Morgan is currently doing to Meghan, stalking, harassing her, and publicly exploiting Meghan with the help of UK tabloids that have a hate vendetta, a hate campaign, avoid a hate and smear campaign towards Meghan. British tabloids loathe the Duchess. She's mixed race. She wouldn't put up with abuse. She packed up her bags and left, not alone as they expected her to leave. They wanted Meghan to leave the UK on her own. Why do you think even the palace removed Meghan's name from Archie's birth certificate and made her nameless in her own son's name? The campaign was for Meghan to leave, pack her bags and go back on her own. The establishment was in on it. I want you to understand this. I want you to understand what I'm talking about. The establishment wanted Meghan to leave on her own. And that's why when Prince Harry followed her, British tabloids were all of a sudden shocked. I mean, a few weeks ago, the likes of Piers Morgan were writing articles saying Meghan should pack up her bags and go back to America. And suddenly, after Harry and Meghan left, it's Harry and Meghan bullied the Queen into making them leave. That's the story that the likes of Piers Morgan have come up with. The person who said Meghan should go back to America, which she did. She left and went back to America as was demanded of her. You would think that would make them so happy, jumping with joy. Meghan's leaving, Meghan's going back to America, just as we requested and demanded of her. But no, it did not. Instead, it became a new story about how Harry and Meghan bullied the Queen into making them leave. Then Piers Morgan went to national TV saying Meghan is taking away our handsome prince. The same man who today said Meghan had a crush on him. A woman he said he met once, allegedly met once, with no evidence, no pictures, nothing. No pictures. Piers Morgan has pictures with the likes of Ghislaine Maxwell. He has pictures with other people. He even has a picture with celebrities, many celebrities. However, he does not have a picture of meeting Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. The only thing that comes close is a wax figure that Piers Morgan took a picture next to. I want you to understand the level of obsession, derangement, and sickness that exists in the UK tabloid media, displayed by the likes of Piers Morgan. Now, Morgan has been criticized for being the self-appointed moral arbiter of the Fourth Estate, someone who openly wines and dines with Ghislaine Maxwell. Someone like that wants to become the moral arbiter. Someone who published hoax photos of UK soldiers and was fired for it by the Mirror. Do you know how bad you have to be fired by UK tabloid? Do you know how difficult that is to even get fired by a UK tabloid? Do you know how? It's extremely difficult because in the media landscape in the UK, racism is acceptable to them. Bigotry is acceptable to them. Incitement of hate is acceptable to them. That's how they are. That's who they are, basically. That's the business model, a hate-for-profit business model in the UK. Now, Piers Morgan famously walked off the set of his ex-show, Good Morning Britain, in a row again about his obsession with Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. Keyword, obsession. He is obsessed and he is hooked. But turning his attention to Diana last week, a few months ago, he wrote of Bashir and the BBC. They have blood on their hands because that interview propelled Diana on a path to her death, a shocking criminal abuse of public money. Now, his comments mirror those made by Diana's brother Al Spencer. This is a young girl in her mid-30s who has lived an extraordinary, turbulent and difficult time in the public eye. She didn't know who to trust, and in the end, when she died 2 years later, she was without any form of real protection. Going back to Meghan, UK tabloids publicly debated, the likes of Piers Morgan, publicly debated about Prince Harry and Meghan's security when Harry and Meghan were leaving the UK after a torrent of media abuse and racism. Harry and Meghan had enough. They packed up and wanted to leave. UK tabloids started the normal chants saying Harry and Meghan should be stripped of their security. They started those chants, and when Harry and Meghan packed up their bags to live in Canada, they began another campaign in Canada, saying the public of Canada should not foot the security bill of Prince Harry and Meghan. And true, the public eventually stopped funding Prince Harry and Meghan's security on the last day as senior royals in the UK. Immediately they stopped funding them. And what also puzzles me and also bothers me is the fact that even after all that, Harry and Meghan being stripped of their security, immediately Prince Harry's extended family, the likes of Prince Charles, they leaked to a UK tabloid that Prince Harry, the location of Prince Harry and Meghan and their child Archie. They called them the much-loved members of the royal family, but the media immediately descended to their location when Harry and Meghan were leaving the UK. After a torrent of racism and abuse and harassment, Harry and Meghan had enough. And once again, the royal family leaked their location. The things that Prince Harry and Meghan have had to go through at the hands of the UK tabloid and the UK monarchy is a lot, is really, really a lot. Now, while the hypocrisy is the fact that while Morgan was in charge of the Mirror, High Court documents claim that his reporters tracked her movements. They tracked Princess Diana's movements. They harassed her day and night. Piers Morgan had developed a vindictiveness towards Major James Hewitt, who was said to have had a relationship with Princess Diana at the time. Vindictiveness. Why would you feel a form of vindictiveness towards someone else for having a relationship with Princess Diana? It's not like Princess Diana would ever look at you. And fast forward to now, Piers Morgan has developed a vindictiveness towards Meghan's relationship with Prince Harry. It's a level of sickness and narcissism that is being displayed here, and I want you to see it. Now, a team of private investigators were allegedly asked to follow her friends and family. That's the level of harassment that Princess Diana went through. Now, in a sworn witness statement, her former lover, James Hewitt, claims he was included on a hit list of Diana's close associates. In his court action against Mirror Group newspapers, the former British Army cavalry officer claims Morgan developed a particular obsession and vindictiveness towards him, and did so because of his relationship with the late Princess of Wales. Fast forward to now, Piers Morgan has developed a form of vindictiveness towards Meghan's relationship with Prince Harry, even going so far as saying that Meghan had a crush on him. It's a level of harassment and sickness that I want you to see. A woman who has never called Piers Morgan, a woman who has never openly spoken about Piers Morgan, but Piers Morgan keeps on thinking that Meghan spends all day thinking about him. That's the level of sickness that we have seen. Now, he was ruthlessly, so Major James Hewitt said this. He was ruthlessly stalked by photographers and reporters and alleges that his phone calls, bills, itemized call list and communications intercepted by gumshoe detectives in the employ of the British tabloids. The documents reveal that Morgan was himself questioned by cops after Hewitt's car was broken into. Personal papers and diary appointments were stolen. The manuscript for his unpublished biography mysteriously disappeared. That's the level of sickness that the UK tabloids develop in the UK. That's called freedom of speech in the UK. Now, within days, the allegation is that stories were published in 2 of MGN national titles based on the events that occurred and the contents of the illegally obtained documents. So they stole from Major James Hewitt, then exposed them on the front page where Piers Morgan was the editor of the Mirror, saying Diana's love letter scandal exposed by the Mirror. Now, the story of this theft was reported in the Daily Mirror on 2nd October 1998, the very next day, and on 4th October, the Sunday Mirror published an exclusive story referring to the contents of the manuscript, which the claimant Hewitt had been writing. The stolen copy was the only version of the manuscript. They stole it. And allegedly, details that could only have come from those papers were published in the Daily Mirror and the Sunday Mirror. The High Court papers state a theft which took place in Cranley Garden, South Kensington, SW7. On that evening, he, James Hewitt, had parked his car outside the new flat he had just bought for no more than an hour. He walked to a public house around the corner. to meet someone, then returned. He only subsequently discovered that his boot had been broken into and his personal items, including a manuscript of his book, some traveller's checks, and some cash, as well as some cufflinks from Diana, Princess of Wales, had been stolen. No fingerprints had been left. The story of this theft was reported in the Daily Mirror on 2nd October 1998. The very next day, and on 4th October, the Sunday Mirror published an exclusive story referring to the contents of the manuscript which the claimant had been writing. The stolen copy was the only version of the manuscript. Now, in its defense, MGN have denied or not admitted many of the allegations and said that Hewitt did not suffer a loss of dignity as a result of the articles that were published. Now, many things have happened. Many things have happened in the UK. And you can clearly see the level of hypocrisy that is currently being displayed. Like Piers Morgan, who thinks Meghan and Harry should put up with the media, what the media are saying about them. Just take it. I talked about this yesterday. I once had a carnival of so-called experts saying that Prince Harry should just take it. Just take it. Take the smear campaign. Meghan should just take the smear campaign. I had one actually say that. And Piers Morgan, when he was in an uncomfortable position at Good Morning Britain, he packed up, woke up, and left. And he ran away because he doesn't like what the media was saying about him. However, it feels like Prince Harry and Meghan should take whatever they say about them. Take the smear campaign, take the abuse, take Piers Morgan's personal, disgusting obsession that he has with Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. A disgusting obsession. And we must go against this. We must fight this obsession displayed by UK tabloids. We must fight it. Now, the claimant Hewitt will refer to the campaign of vilification and harassment which was conducted against him by MGN and particularly by Mr. Morgan, and the highly damaging effect which this had on him both personally and in terms of his business or other pursuits. He believes that the series of articles published about his private life by MGN and the manner in which he was depicted therein through the disclosure of personal information had a profoundly damaging and negative effect on his private life, his relationships, and his reputation and consequential career prospects. The main aim of the UK tabloids is to cause harm. Piers Morgan has developed a fixation on Meghan. He's developed a level of obsession that is borderline sickness and lust for another man's wife. He dreams of being with the princess every single day that he wakes up in the morning. He dreams about Meghan, a mother of 2 children and a wife of Prince Harry. And he has developed a vindictiveness towards Prince Harry. I mean, listen to him. He's even said the same thing. He wrote articles saying that Prince Harry's relationship with Meghan had destroyed his friendship with Meghan. He wrote that as an article. I want you to see this. I want you to see it. I want you to see it. Forgive me for showing you this, but I need you to understand. I need to show you the evidence. I need you to understand what I'm talking about. There's a sickness in the UK media. There's a huge sickness, particularly from Piers Morgan, that is endorsed by UK tabloids. It has to stop, and this is the level of harassment that Meghan has been subjected to, which we must fight. Meghan shouldn't just take it. No. She left an uncomfortable position and a toxic environment. And we must be able to call out these injustices. And we must hold these people harassing women like Piers Morgan to account. We must. We must contact authorities and speak to them about Piers Morgan's obsession with Meghan. We must be able to report such disgusting obsession that he has with Meghan. Now, thank you for joining me on this podcast. Thank you. Today was longer and a lot longer, but I need you to understand And what Bashir did with Princess Diana was wrong, and he deserves everything that is coming to him. But make no mistake about one thing: the underhand tactics that he used to secure this interview were learned behavior direct from the modus operandi of hacks like Morgan and his ilk, the UK tabloids. This is the behavior that UK tabloids engage in, and we must hold them to account. Thank you so much for staying tuned to our video podcast today. Thank you so much. With so much love from Sussex Squad Family TV. Stay tuned to our next video and tell us what you think about Piers Morgan's disgusting obsession with Meghan. He was obsessed with Princess Diana. He developed a vindictiveness towards Major James Hewitt, and now he has developed a vindictiveness towards Prince Harry over his relationship to Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. It keeps on happening. It keeps on happening. People like this are what we call narcissists, obsessed with Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. It's a sickness. It's a sickness in the UK media. This behavior is narcissism and hugely dangerous behavior. We can even call it sexual harassment because that's what it is at this level with Piers' recent comments. He dreams about Meghan, a woman he cannot have. He dreamt about Princess Diana, a woman he couldn't have. Hating the people that were with her, dreaming of himself being the one, and now he dreams of having Meghan, a woman he will never have. Stay tuned to our next video. With so much love from Sussex Squad Family TV, kindly like and subscribe and tell us your thoughts. Hello, Sussex Squad Family TV on YouTube. I hope you enjoyed our video podcast today. Kindly like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Your support means the absolute world to us. Please like, and subscribe. Help us grow our family on YouTube. Stay tuned for our next video.